Welcome back to the newest episode of Sports Pantomaths.
Sure.
I got my new co-host here with me, the one and only Zach Z-Wizzle Williams. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
Great to have you on.
Sports with you, dog.
Great to have you on, man. I like the
sir.
Masters hat.
Yes,
Can't wait
sir.
to look up on you some golf
Yes,
when
sir.
it warms up a little bit. So first, I want to go ahead and get you guys to go ahead and like and subscribe on this video, so we can get a little more people on here, get some interviews, guest interviews. You can come debate with us if you want. Come get your topics heard. I'd love to have anyone on.
At your own risk.
At your own risk. We will battle for the one and only debate belt.
Yes,
the
sir.
Debate belt. No one has taken it
sir.
from us yet. Well, no one has challenged us. So waiting on you to come on, challenge us. You can follow us on Twitter at SportsPantomat1. We're on Instagram at SportsPantomaths, Facebook, Sports Pantomaths Podcast, and you can email us sportspantomaths@gmail.com. On YouTube, we're Sports Pantomaths, so go like and subscribe, share it with your friends, your family. Do you like to debate sports with your dad, your brothers, your fans? Come on here, get some hot takes so you can use them in your next argument.
Yes, sir. And Sports Pantomaths is also brought to you by the Tan Spot. Saturday, March 14th, you want to go get your tan on. It's going to be their 1-year celebration, 1 year of business. It's at 4820 Armour Road, 31904 Columbus, Georgia. So if you want to get that tan working, get that beach bod going, or if you just got a special occasion, got the spray tans working.
You want to look good for your lady? You don't want to look pasty for your lady this summer.
No, sir.
You got to be ready to hit the pool. So go hit the tanning bed, get your tan on, get your good looks on, so you're not looking pasty like we are right now. I'm going to hit the tan spot definitely on Saturday, March 14th for that 1-year anniversary, so I can go get my tan on.
Already.
So let's go ahead and start with this All-Star weekend from the NBA. First, did you get to see any of the dunk contest?
I did. Aaron Gordon threw out 4 50s in the dunk contest and lost. What do you think about that?
I thought when he did the off the side of the backboard 360 catch with
Yes.
I thought they should have ended it there.
Yeah, and he took his shoes off, man. He took his shoes off. He said, I'm done. I've done 4 50s. and they kept making the man dunk. They went 50, 50, 50, 50. And then finally, what was the guy's name for
was it Derek Jones?
Yes, Derek Jones. He got a 48, I believe. And everybody was mad he got a 48. Well, then he pulls Taco Fall out of the
Taco time.
Yes, taco time. Okay. Pulls Taco Fall out of the crowd. Okay. Jumps over this man, 7'6" tall. All right. And gets a 47 and loses it. And so, it's a cold world we live in, guys.
I thought a good way he could have improved that dunk is if he ate a taco while jumping over taco and dunking.
Yeah.
I thought that would have been a great move.
Just remember, if you were having a bad day, Aaron Gordon jumped over Taco Fall. And he lost the dunk contest.
And he's been robbed twice.
Yes,
twice at the dunk contest.
Dominique Wilkins, the only other contestant to ever finish second in the dunk contest 2 times in his career.
Stat of the day I did not know. Stat of the day. Use that in your next argument. So, I got to watch a little bit of 3-point contest. I was kind of celebrating little sister's birthday, but I got to see a little bit. I wasn't as entertained as I usually am. I think Buddy Hield won. And then
did too.
Did you see the skills competition? We talked on the phone a little bit during it.
No, I missed the skills competition, but what I did catch was the Rising Stars game. The Rising Stars game to me stole the show. Very young, the rookies and sophomores of the league, they put on a show. My favorite part about it was at the end when everybody kind of cleared out.
Started dunk competition.
Yeah, man, that was entertaining. You could tell that was a whole lot of fun for them guys, and I'm ready to. That's the next generation of the league, so that's really exciting stuff.
Speaking of next generation of the league, on my notes I have Zion Williams typed. I forgot the O-N on his name.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Zion.
My son.
Let's talk about Zion Williamson.
Okay.
Well, has he impressed you in the league?
Has he impressed me in the league? Hell yes. He came on, I kind of knew what to expect, but I didn't know it was going to be like this. He's playing 24 minutes. Posting up
over 20 points.
Yeah, posting up 30 points a game twice in a row last week. With about 9 rebounds to go with it. The kid is gonna be I mean, I call him a kid. I mean, he's younger than me.
What, 18, 19?
Yeah, and that's going to be the next star of this league. It's a star-driven league, and he looks ready to get the torch too. And don't forget about John Morant either. That's the Rookie of the Year this year, bar none. John Morant, he's going to be a bona fide star for many years to come. And yeah, the league is in good hands, I believe.
I like John Morant. I think him and the Grizzlies got going on, I think they're going to be a great team in the West for a while. I really like Zion Williamson. I've heard a stat. He's averaging the second most points per minute out of anybody as a rookie. He's second behind only Wilt Chamberlain.
Yes, very efficient. So
I heard a lot of critics and stuff like that throughout on Zion Williamson. He can't shoot. He needs to lose weight.
He's fat.
Like, dude, do you see how explosive?
Say it to his face.
And yes. Take a charge from Zion Williamson, and then you tell me he's too fat. That man will, I don't know who you guard him with. If you put a center on him, he's stronger.
Look at our social media people. Put it on the poll. How for $1,000 would you take a charge from Zion Williamson?
Full speed. Oh, with or without a ball. Does he just get to run you over like a running back, or are we talking like dribble down the court, drive?
We're talking with a ball. I mean, we want you to live. But as far as at the All-Star break right now, obviously the Bucks are the most impressive team in the league so far. Giannis is doing it again. He's on his way to a back-to-back MVP. They're sitting at 46-8, but the East is interesting. Who do you think in the East would be the biggest threat to take down the Bucks in a 7-game series?
All right, this season or over the future?
This season.
So can I hear the standings real quick?
Yeah, we got the Raptors. They're sitting in second place. Then the Celtics, Heat, and the 76ers right behind them. 76ers are probably the farthest back from the pack. The Raptors, I'm really surprised about the Raptors, what the Raptors are doing.
So I think the Raptors are back to the normal Raptors regular season wise. I think they're going to win a lot of games in the regular season. They have a great coach. I don't think they have the players to make a finals appearance this year. I like Pascal Siakam and the progress he's made as a player. However, the biggest threat to them, and a little biased because, I like the Celtics, but this is my thing about the Celtics. They're forwards, like the wing players. I feel like the NBA is moving towards you need good wing players, good wing defenders, and good shooters. And they have Jaylen Brown. They have Jason Tatum, defenders. Gordon Hayward. They got Marcus Smart. They got Kemba Walker. I think they should have made a move at the trade deadline for Clint Capella to have a rim protector and someone to guard Giannis. I think that's going to be crucial. I think the Bucks are the favorite in the East, but I think the team that comes from the West is taking the title this year.
And speaking of Clint Capella, RIP to his career, he is now in Atlanta. But yeah, I think, to me, I think the Celtics are probably the second most talented team in the East. I don't think anybody's going to rival them this year, if you want my real opinion. But the future looks bright for the Miami Heat.
Yes.
I think the Bucks need to win it right now before Giannis hits the open market, because if they don't, he is gone. And I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up in a place like Miami or even one of the LA teams.
I think Golden State is where he's going to go.
Golden State would be
Golden State.
But,
speaking of Golden State, how do you feel about the Andrew Wiggins trade?
To me,
who won the trade?
Harrison Barnes 2.0.
Thank you.
Thank you. I think that Wiggins fits what they're doing. It could possibly be a better version. He's averaging like 23 a game. So
tell me why he can't be good. He was good at Kansas.
Yeah. He
wasn't bad in Minnesota. The thing is there's such a losing culture in Minnesota.
It's Minnesota.
Exactly. It's a losing culture. Karl Anthony Towns, he doesn't prove to have the it factor. So now he's playing with soft, as you would say. Now he's playing with another guy who I think is more of a stat guy, not a winning guy, D'Angelo Russell. So I think they're going to sell tickets. They're going to be good for Minnesota. But I think Wiggins and the Warriors are the true winners of the trade. That's going to be a solid number 4 once Giannis comes to town as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's going to be a deadly lineup, and you're going to see the start of another dynasty. The Warriors are managed so well and run so well that I just don't see it stopping until Steph and Clay deteriorate and get old just because that's the best shooting backcourt we've seen.
And as far as the West goes, the Lakers hold first place. 41-12 is their record. They got the best duo in the NBA right now. There's no debating that, in my opinion. But the Nuggets are 38-17, followed by the Clippers at 37-18. The Clippers are built for a chip, man. They're deep. I don't know why, but I guess home field advantage don't mean that much to them. Kawhi Leonard watches as many games as he plays.
You want to hear why I think home court doesn't matter? Because they know they're gonna play the Lakers. That's a home game for both of them.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So you can be the lower seed against the Lakers, and you're still at home.
I'm honestly worried about the Clippers because they need to realize that they're built for a chip. They show up to play against the Lakers. They're 2-0 this year, but I see them playing some teams that they should beat. And I don't know, man. They dropped some games. I feel like they should be, up there in the 40s in wins already with the team that they have. But also you got the Nuggets that everybody's sleeping on. And they got a guy named Nikola Jokic. And
the Joker.
And probably the most underrated player in the league.
Have you watched him play?
Yes.
My thing is, it's so weird to watch him play because you're sitting there watching him and you're like, this dude is moving so slow.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden he does this crazy pass or he pulls up for three. Yeah. And you're like, time out, this dude's getting buckets. I need to stop sleeping on this man.
Yeah, Mr. Bucket. But I see that it's going to go down the stretch right here in the Western Conference. You got the Thunder and the Mavericks are probably in. They're at the 6 and 7 right now. The Mavericks are my sleeper team. I don't think anybody wants to see the Mavericks.
I think they're going to upset whoever they play first round.
Yeah, especially if they run into the Jazz.
What about if they run into the Nuggets? Who you got?
The Nuggets, man. I don't know, man. I'm big on the Nuggets. But I'm not really sure who I would take in that series. But I do know that the Grizzlies hold the 8th seed right now. And they're about 3 games up on the Trailblazers. And then the Spurs are about 2 games farther back than that. But then you got the Pelicans sitting at 11 at 23-32. Do you think that they maybe can make a push for that 8th seed? They're sitting around like 8 or 9 games out right now.
I saw the plus minus with Zion. It was unreal.
Yeah.
They outscored their thing is he only plays about 20 to 30 minutes a night, which is a lot for being a rookie. Go look at the numbers if you're listening. He plays a lot of minutes for a rookie, averages a lot of minutes per game. So, even compared to the all-time greats, look at the minutes he's playing per game when he's playing. But I think, to me personally, I think the Trailblazers are going to sneak up and get that 8 seed. I think they're getting their center, what's his name, Nurkic back soon.
Yeah.
He's kind of their rim protector. That'll get Hassan Whiteside out of the lineup, who I think has just fallen off.
Bust.
Yes. And I think they'll have, C.J. McCollum, Dame Lillard, Melo, and they'll have Nurkic coming back.
And Damian Lillard is a certified killer. That is a mamba.
How'd you think? Did you see his halftime performance? Oh,
I did see his halftime performance at the what's it called? The Rising Stars game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
I thought it was cool he performed, but how'd you feel about it? Not bad.
I like Dame Lillard, so
I know. I like him.
I love the show.
You know what? I'm gonna say it was nice for him to perform. Good for him.
Yeah.
I'd rather see him hoop for 60 minutes.
Yeah.
But not bad. That's impressive to be out there performing.
Trailblazers make a run.
Exactly.
But also, what do you think about the Rockets going forward this season with the guys they have? The biggest guy on their team is PJ Tucker. He's about 6'6". Do you see them even being able to compete with a team like the Clippers or the Lakers or the Nuggets, especially with that kind of size disadvantage?
I do not.
I don't.
I don't think the shooting is good enough on that whole team. I think they have shooters, but the shooting is not good enough to play that small. Also, I think if you're going to play small, PJ Tucker can be your 4. He can't be your 5.
Yep.
So, for example, I think Zion would be a great 5 for them, for that small ball. I think if the Pelicans were smart, I think they should try to play small, get shooters surrounded by Zion, and let him almost run like a point forward like Jokic does with the Nuggets.
Yeah, Zion, he makes up for his height. He's about 6'7".
Yeah, I think he might be like 6'6", 6'5".
Yeah, but he makes up for that. That guy will back you down in the paint.
bully you.
Yes. I think my bold prediction as far as the NBA so far, from what I see, I think Pascal Siakam will be the first ever player to win back-to-back Most Improved Players.
You know who a sleeper pick is? Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul's had a great year, and he's actually stayed healthy, which I cannot remember the last time he did for a whole season. So Chris Paul's another sleeper pick. So I'm kind of thinking, what is going with all this? NBA is all about player movement.
Yep.
Players move around, stars move around, and it's a teaming up thing. So speaking of moving around, I got a couple quarterbacks that I want to see where you think they're going to go. I got some free agent quarterbacks, some potential free agent quarterbacks. I'm gonna read you off, and you tell me where they think they're going to go. And I'm not going to start with the one everyone's talking about. I'm gonna save that one.
We're gonna save the best for last.
All right. Then I'll try to go in different order. Where do you have Case Keenum going?
Case Keenum, who cares, man? Case Keenum, man.
Good backup.
Next.
All right. Taysom Hill.
I think especially if Drew Brees is back with the Saints, I think Taysom Hill gets re-signed to the Saints. I don't see another team besides the Saints who maybe know something that everybody else doesn't. I don't think any other team is going to give him a real shot of being an everyday or a starting quarterback, a franchise guy. I don't think anybody's going to give him that chance. He's thrown 15 passes in the league, just not big enough sample size. So I think the Saints really like what they got in that guy, and I don't think they're going to let him walk.
You heard Sean Payton said he is like Steve Young, late bloomer in his career. I don't know about that. I will say, watching the playoff game, he brought a different kind of spark to the Saints than Drew Brees did. I think he's more athletic. He's more of he fits today's NFL a lot better. And the thing with quarterbacks is you can tell when they're aging when they lose it in their legs. So when I watch Drew Brees, I can remember years ago when I'd watch him drop back to pass and how he was just so fluent, so his legs looked so strong, like he was pumping just across, 4-step drop back on his leg, coming through, stepping into his throws. Now he looks a little slower back there, a little bit slower and mobile.
Looks like Bayou Joe back there cooling it in the pocket.
So I'm not too sure. Speaking of the Saints, I'm going to go ahead and give you this one, Drew Brees.
I don't want to see him retire, so I'm going to say he's back with the Saints next year.
Honestly, on here first, he retired. And then probably, I think last night when I came back to this, I had to change it to the Saints. I was like, I can't say he retires. I can't do it yet.
Nobody wants to see Drew Brees go. Great quarterback.
Another great quarterback from the Saints, Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater's gone. I could see him with the Patriots.
Okay, bold.
With the Patriots. I could also see him with the Panthers.
That's exactly what I had.
I could also see him with the Panthers.
1-year deal, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be short term anywhere he goes.
I agree.
But yeah.
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott's going to be with the Cowboys. Whether it's they get a deal done, whether they franchise tag him. If I'm Dak, I don't play under the tag. I don't.
Now
you need to pay the man. They had the second most efficient offense last year in the regular season. I understand the postseason struggles, but if you got a guy, you pay the guy, and they're not going to get a guy better than Dak Prescott on the open market. I mean, unless Tom Brady. But I don't see
how
that
awesome would it be?
Either.
How awesome would it be if Tom Brady was like, all right.
Jerry Jones and them boys in the front office, they already shut that down pretty much. So, I know you can't really trust that, but I see Dak Prescott wearing a Cowboys uniform next year. I honestly see them getting a deal done here soon and not playing under the franchise tag.
I have him going to the Cowboys as well, but under the franchise tag.
Okay. I don't think he plays under the franchise. You're talking about a guy who turned down a $30 million a year contract at the beginning of the year and bet on himself.
Is he worth $30 million to you?
Maybe exactly. In today's market for quarterbacks, yes.
Oh man, I wouldn't pay him 30. If he asked for $30 million, I say, go ahead. I'm going to sign one of these older quarterbacks to a 1 to 2 year deal. draft my quarterback of the future and just play with the quarterback on a cheaper salary. We see the playoff teams nowadays who have younger quarterbacks who they aren't paying as much.
Yeah.
And I think that's the key to surrounding them with a good team. And then after that, once you get the quarterback figured out, you can't pay him big money. I think what you need to do is go towards about 25 to like 32 million. The only person I'd pay above 32 million is Pat Mahomes.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get well above that.
Pat Mahomes, I would give him a blank check and just say, you fill it out. Here you go. And now you go pick whoever you want to throw it to out of the stands, preferably a couple fast guys who can catch up to the ball after you throw it 80 yards.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one like him. So that's the only dude I'd pay above that. So,
but yeah, I mean, what you said about the rookie contracts at the quarterback position, or cheap contracts. Dak only made 2.5 or something like that, $2.5 million this year, and they did make a deal with Zeke, but they got Amari Cooper, and they got there's a lot of dynamics to this contract situation in Dallas because Dak Prescott was a completely different quarterback after the Amari Cooper transaction went through, and I think Amari Cooper makes that offense go.
Really? Yeah. I've seen him not show up in big games. Very, very non-present.
Yeah.
Not halftime, not even on the field. He wants to go to the sideline and then some drops here and there. To me personally, I would try to offer Dak $25 million and be like, hey, I'm going to give you $25 million. You're a Cowboy for life, and I'm going to hook you up post-career into a great job if I'm Jerry. And I go franchise tag Amari and say, you got to prove something to me.
Yeah,
because
you could take that route too. But you gotta look at Tom Brady. If Dak Prescott wants to be great, look at Tom Brady. He could have been the highest paid player in the league every single year he played football, but instead, he gave his team financial flexibility, and he's got 6 Super Bowls.
Exactly.
I'm
gonna go. Let's see who I got on here. Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, famous Jameis.
30-30.
30-30 with the LASIK surgery.
Hey, no more squinting at the scoreboard is what I've heard. I have him going to the new Las Vegas Raiders.
I hope not. I like the Raiders.
Speaking of the Raiders, did you see they offered Tom 2 years, $30 million each year? So a 2 years, $60 million contract. Reportedly, they're going to offer him that. Is what I've seen on all the sports shows.
Oh well, I mean, I think that Jameis Winston, I do think that him and Tampa Bay are done.
Yes.
I think him and Tampa Bay are done. I don't know if the Colts would really have that much interest. I think maybe the Chargers. There's a lot of rumors about the Chargers picking Tua Tagovailoa now that Miami has come out and said that we like Justin Herbert. We're high on Herbert.
Oh,
that could just be for show.
I was just about to say. I was hearing earlier. There's a reverse psychology tactic. So what they're wanting to do is they're wanting to put out there that we're not that interested in Tua. We're more into Justin Herbert. That way, one of these teams who is in search of a quarterback trades their pick up, takes Justin Herbert, and then they get extra picks. So then they kind of fall about a couple picks down in the draft. They snag Tua, their real guy, and they rig the whole system. So Brian Flores, he could be starting Patriots 2.0 with all this reverse psychology. Is he smarter than Einstein?
But I would say Tua, if you want to bank on Tua and bring him in and start him day one if he's medically cleared, go ahead. But I feel like Jameis would be a perfect quarterback to go to LA, play for the Chargers, and kind of have that 1 year bridge between him and Tua. Get Tua acclimated with the game. Make sure that he's at 100% health because he's a transcending talent that needs to be healthy, and if he's not healthy, he's no good. So, I think Jameis would be a good candidate for that 1 year bridge year for some team with a rookie quarterback that they want to get a year under their belt.
Okay. Speaking of the Chargers, who I got? Actually, I have Ryan Tannehill going there as the bridge quarterback.
Okay, so you think Tennessee is done with it?
Yes. Well, I think Tennessee. I'm gonna get to them. I think I think Tannehill is going to go be their bridge quarterback, and they'll probably end up getting Herbert. And I think he's going to be their bridge quarterback so he can learn the offense, and Herbert will probably be starting by about week 10.
Okay.
So learn the offense, get everything up under his belt. Marcus Mariota, I'm going to keep this one short. I think he's going to go to the Ravens and replace RG3 as the backup.
I can see that. I don't see him getting a job in the league.
No, I think he's going to go get a backup job at a
Yeah.
team with a running quarterback.
Yeah, I don't see him getting a job.
Phillip Rivers. I actually have him going to the Bucks.
Phillip Rivers to the Bucks. I like
He
that.
bought a house in Florida.
Yep. I do like that. Or Miami. Like I said, if Miami drafts Tua, they need a bridge quarterback. I mean, there's no guarantee that Tua is going to be ready to go.
And I heard somewhere, I think they were talking about possibly Phillip Rivers to the Colts, which wouldn't be bad.
The Colts.
I don't know.
I'll get to the Colts.
Okay. I think we're getting at the same thing. Quick thing. I can't remember the podcast name, so I can't shout it out, but I'm on Instagram today. And this one podcast went through, and they put Tom Brady on all 32 teams and simulated the season.
Oh, Madden?
On Madden. and the only team, so first of all, they put him on the Ravens, and they run the Ravens offense. It showed highlights. He missed the playoffs with a lot of the teams that he speculated to go to, and he won the Super Bowl with one team, and it was the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, he's not going to go there, of course.
He's not going to go to the Eagles.
But I was like, what? Crazy. That was a great idea. I almost went home and did it myself because I was like, I kind of want to see what it would do for me.
Yeah, just another example of an old guy doing what Carson Wentz can't.
Oh, dang.
Shout out to Nick Foles.
So you're a Nick Foles guy.
Yeah, I love Nick Foles, man. I think he got a raw deal. But let's just go ahead and say it. Brady, I think I got Brady to the Colts. And that's more out of want than really me knowing anything other than that. I'd like to see him go to the Raiders or the Colts. I got to keep him out of the NFC South. If he goes to the
AFC.
NFC. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him with the Bucks. I don't want to see him with the Panthers. I definitely don't want. If Drew Brees retires and they get Tom Brady, that would just double down on me being a Falcons fan. Like I don't suffer enough. But yeah, I got Brady. I hope Brady goes to the Raiders or the Colts. I could see him having success in both of them places.
I got Brady to the Titans.
Brady to the Titans would be good.
I'd like him with Vrabel.
Yeah,
former teammate. Derrick Henry running game.
Yep.
Got the wideouts.
They're about to have to pay Derrick Henry a lot.
They got the wideouts. Got Corey Davis. Got what's his name? AJ Brown from Ole Miss. I think Delaney Walker's. He's still there as tight end. He's great fantasy pickup, by the way, a lot of the time. But I think he fits Tennessee. Plays a year in Nashville, and then after that, he goes and lives his wonderful life with Giselle.
See, I would say that, but I think Tennessee likes Tannehill, man. I think Tennessee really thinks they can do it with Tannehill. He's cheaper, and they're about to have to pay Derrick Henry a whole lot of money. So
got a point there.
Yeah, they it's not going to be easy keeping Derrick Henry and signing Tom Brady and filling out a formidable team. So because Tom Brady's going to want to get paid, and for good reason. He's never had a big payday really in his life. He never got the chance to test free agency. He deserves this. So I'm glad he's taking his time and keeping us waiting.
Eli Manning, is he a Hall of Famer? Speaking of quarterbacks.
No and yes. I don't.
What an answer.
I got a thing where if you got to ask, and then even if you do ask, if you ask it for a month and you still don't know, he's not in. But at the same time, he's gonna get in.
Yeah.
So
really, I hear a lot of people saying he's not.
He's gonna get in.
I think so too. I think he is a Hall of Famer, not first ballot. Hear me out. Two-time Super Bowl champ, two-time Super Bowl MVP, one of only 5 players to do that. Over 56,000 pass yards, 362 pass touchdowns, 210 consecutive starts, which reminded me of a Cal Ripken Jr. stat to a point. He had all those games in MLB. Yeah. He's very durable. He beat the villain of the NFL twice in the Super Bowl, the New England Patriots, including the undefeated Patriots.
Oh, yeah.
He did lead the league in interceptions multiple times. That's never good, never something to brag about. However, Brett Favre threw a lot of interceptions. Peyton Manning threw a lot of these guys. They almost have a gunslinger mentality. Next pass to a point, flush the pass. I think he gets in, just not first ballot. It's going to take him a couple years maybe, but I think he should get in just because you can't. When you think of New York Giants now, the first thing that pops into my head was Eli Manning, or some people would say OBJ's catch, but I think Eli Manning, Michael Strahan, I can say OBJ. But other than that, really, when I think of Giants, it's always Eli Manning from the past.
I think he will get in. But at the end of the day, he's a 500 quarterback. He's got a 500 record exactly as a quarterback. And
he also had Ben McAdoo as a coach.
Yeah. if you look back, man, if you go, you can ask, well, if Eli Manning's not a Hall of Famer, then how is Aaron Rodgers? How is Brett Favre? Well, Aaron Rodgers, guys like that, they were top 5 quarterbacks in the league, upper echelon at their position every single year they played the game. Eli Manning, I know he played with some greats, and I know he played with a bunch of Hall of Famers at the same time around the league, but you never thought of Peyton or Eli Manning. You never thought of Eli as a top 5 quarterback in the league. There was always plenty of guys that you take over Eli, and I think Hall of Fame status is you either got to transcend the game in some way, or you got to be the best at your position over time.
Okay.
And I just don't. But I think he gets in. I think they're gonna put him in because you really can't tell the story of the NFL without Eli Manning.
I agree. So speaking of getting in Hall of Fame and controversy to a point, I'm just gonna go ahead and get on that team,
the Asterisks.
That I told you earlier, I'm not going to say their name. That team from Houston.
Yeah, that
team from Houston, the Asterisks. So a lot of reactions around the league. I'm gonna let you go on with the player reactions to a point. I want to go ahead and say Rob Manfred handled this probably the worst that you could have. Rob Manfred might have topped on how bad you could be. How if you saw the Houston Astros apology, that made me laugh. That was awful.
It didn't impact the game. All this is just blown up. We're just blowing it up for no reason because it's not like it had any impact in the game.
Oh, hold on. That's our cue.
Fastball. But no. I'm telling you, I'm a washed up junior college baseball player. I guarantee you, if you put me out there, you give me 100 at bats, all right, and you tell me every pitch that's coming. I damn near hit 200 right now. It's just, and these are all stars. These are the best in the game at what they do. And you got Mike Trout, the best player in baseball, possibly ever, calling for more punishment. You got Justin Turner said that the punishment. He said Rob Manfred is out of touch.
I like Cody Bellinger. He said Altuve robbed Aaron Judge of MVP. The Astros robbed them of the World Series. And he said Altuve had a buzzer on. He went ahead and just said it. Yeah. He said he had a buzzer on. He said, how do you have the thought, great point to me. Yeah. He said, how do you have the thought of after you hit a walk-off home run, I can't have my shirt ripped off because my wife will get mad at me. Or as Carlos Correa says, he has a bad tattoo. But you do have the thought to go to the locker room, change into your new T-shirt to celebrate in, and then come out to celebrate with your teammates and do an interview.
Yeah, I think
fishy.
Bellinger went on to say, talking about the home run that Altuve hit off of Chapman, he said, if I hit that home run to send us to the World Series, he told the reporter, he said, you could take my shirt off, you could take my pants off. He said, we're going crazy if I hit that home run. You also got players and slamming the commissioner. Justin Turner, I got this from ESPN.com. He said, and I quote, I don't know if he's ever won anything in his life. And not to mention that trophy that the Astros won from, whether they would have won it without cheating or not, it's called a commissioner's trophy. And
he gave it to him for sure.
Yeah, and Justin Turner,
right to him.
Justin Turner went on to say that devaluing the commissioner's trophy like that just shows how out of touch out of touch Rob Manfred is. And Kenley Jansen went a step further and said that it was worse than steroids. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. So here's my thing with steroids. When you're juicing and stuff as a hitter, you still have to have the hand-eye coordination to hit the ball. And as a pitcher, you still have to have, one, the mindset of, I need to throw this pitch here, throw off timing. I need to place this pitch here because according to the scouting report, he can't hit this pitch. So while it may give you the boost in strength and hitting balls further, throwing harder, recovering quicker, similar things like that.
Yeah.
You're not knowing what pitch is coming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said earlier about putting me out there and telling me everything that's coming.
Damn it, put me out there. I'm a PO. I was a PO.
You let me juice up for a couple years and send me out there, and I don't know what's coming. I won't sniff a fastball in the MLB.
I think if you put me up there and you told me what was coming and I had a fungo in my hand, I think I could hit it. I'm telling you, I played no games with fungos. I think I would be able to. I'd be able to put the barrel on the ball a couple times. Especially you give me Verlander in the World Series. He ain't never won a game in the World Series.
Verlander, man.
Let me see him. Let me throw me that curveball. I'm gonna hit that shit a mile in Minute Maid Park, and I'm gonna call all the Asterisks out. Altuve, awful. Bregman, disgrace.
Bregman, I hope. And see, I always wonder, what's so different about the Astros organization and every other organization? All these guys they call up from their farm league, they put them in the lineup and they ball out. They ball out. Well, now we know. But Trout went on to say it's sad for baseball. He also said when asked what his batting average would be if he knew what was coming, he said, and I quote, "It would be fun. I'm sure it would be." And this is my favorite right here, Ross Stripling of the Dodgers. He asked if he would think about beaning an Astro player in a game, given the circumstance, and his answer was, "I would lean toward yes."
So, speaking of hitting players, Rob Manfred came out in his 45-minute interview and said,
protecting them more.
Said, we're going to give worse punishment for the teams and pitchers that intentionally throw at Astros hitters. So, me personally, I would just throw fastballs inside, and if one catches them in the ribs, I mean, I'm not throwing at the guy's head. I'm not trying to kill the guy. I'm just wanting to be like, I don't like you. I really want to knock the breath out of you, and I hope this hurts tomorrow. You suck. You're a cheater.
Yeah.
Quick question for you. What do you think the true punishment should be? Do you think they should strip the title?
Whether they strip the title or not, it doesn't matter. It's either going to be vacant or it's going to be the Astros. Everybody saw it. Everybody's seen it. They had a parade. They had a parade in Houston. The World Series happened and they won it. I don't know if taking the title away would do anything. What I think should happen, similar to college football, when you get caught cheating, you get a postseason ban. The worst part about it is the Astros can win the World Series this year again. And, even if they win it fair and square, I mean, to hell with the Astros, man. I would say at least 1 year, but I would have put them on 3 years. That way they don't sign no free agents. Nobody wants to come there. It's similar to college football when you're on probation. Nobody wants to come there. Nobody's going to sign with you. And I say send them back to Little League when you're just playing for a pat on the butt. And, if winning's that important to you, they should not be able to win nothing for a couple years at least.
We were on the phone recently and we were talking about this. And it just came out one of those soccer. I don't keep up with soccer too much.
Manchester United.
They were punted, or Manchester City or something.
Manchester City.
They were suspended 2 years from being able to contend for a championship. So 2-year ban, and I think they were fined over $33 million.
Banned from the Champions League.
And what really just frustrated me the most was, like you said, the owner. He said it didn't affect the game, and then the reporter asked, how did it not affect the game? He goes, I never said that.
Yeah, I mean,
what?
Yeah, just because you have a lot of money and on the team doesn't mean you know jack about nothing.
I liked it earlier at one point when you said that they should move the team and make him sell the friend.
Yeah,
I thought that was funny.
I went back on that because, big Alabama fan, if it comes out in a couple of years that we cheated and we were better than everybody for all these years, and, am I going to think, do away with the institution? No, I'm not. So, I guess you can't really punish the fans, but for the players to be completely excluded from all punishment is really sad, and it shows. And the fact that Rob Manfred would do it, and and then say we're going to offer harsher punishment to beating these guys. Well, it's a self-governing game. You knew what was going to be the outcome of this when you came down with the punishment. So
he gave him the window to hit him.
Yeah.
And for everyone who's saying we're bashing the Astros too hard, Rob Manfred told us to do this. That's what I heard on part of my take today.
Yeah.
They said that the worst punishment that they can give is the media scrutiny that they're going to get. So I'm just doing my part and just going at them. So Altuve, you suck. I want to go ahead and tell you that. You suck. And I hope you get a lifetime ban from baseball like you deserve.
Yeah.
Bregman, you deserve it too. Anyone who was involved, I think they should at least be suspended for a year to 2 years. And then the team, like organization, should at least have a postseason ban. Me personally, I said vacate the title, but as it's gone on, it's kind of tougher to vacate a whole professional sports title.
Yep.
It's at the same time I'm sitting there but I want people to know what happened like 100 years from now, because I can tell you the 1919. I can tell you the 1919 World Series, that scandal with shoeless Joe Jackson. I mean, we still hear about the Black Sox scandal years later. I want to make sure that the Astros scandal gets that same exact treatment as that. And I want Altuve to – you know where Altuve's going? He's going with Art Briles. Straight to hell. Straight to hell.
But just like the home run record with Barry Bonds, it's going to have an asterisk on it forever and ever. And I hope it was worth it because,
Speaking of postseason, what you can think about this new MLB postseason?
New playoff format.
Is it going into effect or –
I don't know.
Or they still have to vote?
I think it's a proposal.
Okay.
It's kind of like, look over here, we're doing this.
So you don't talk about the Astros.
Yeah, don't stop talking about the Astros.
You thought you fooled us, Manfred.
Yeah. But I don't like it. I think it will be entertaining. But if you need more entertainment, then you're not a baseball fan. Baseball is always coming up with these new ways to gimmick fans, and to me, we don't need a clock. We don't need a clock. We don't need no pitch clock. We don't need none of these rules to maybe shorten the damn commercial breaks. Maybe
the time between innings.
We don't have to change the game in any way. If you can't sit there for 3.5, 4 hours and watch a baseball game, either your team's not playing or you just really don't like baseball. I can sit there for 4 hours and watch the Braves play and love every second of it, wish it goes to extras. So, I don't really know what everybody is trying to do with all these rules, but the playoff format, I don't know for sure all the details, but I do know that the top seeds in the league, maybe just the top one seed in every league, they're going to pick who they play out of these wild card teams. There's an expansion of 3 wild card teams, I believe.
And they pick one.
And they pick who they're going to play.
Would you pick the Astros?
I picked the Astros in a heartbeat.
Would you call up your hardest thrower in your farm system? Would you call him up for a game to hit him?
Yeah, one game.
Same,
honestly,
same.
If I'm the Braves, I put Charlie Culberson on the mound and tell him rear back.
Rear back. Is he still with the Braves, or they let him walk?
I think they let him walk, but I was looking at I think they might have signed him again.
I'd love to see him back.
I'll have more on that next time, I promise. I got some Braves notes here.
One more question for you. One more question about the rules.
Okay.
The 3 batter limit. Do you like it?
The 3 batter limit with the relief pitchers, absolutely not. You telling me if I got Freddie Freeman, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Ozzie Albies. All right. Acuna, Ozzie, Freddie. All right. It's the 9th inning.
I'm bringing in the lefty.
All right. You gonna let the righty throw to Acuna, but you gonna bring in the lefty to throw to Freddie when he comes up. Okay, well then after that the Braves probably have Marcell Ozuna in the 4-hole. So you're gonna make handcuffs the manager, and that's just part of the game. Lefty on lefty matchups, playing the percentages.
I think it got too analytical to me. I think this is what's my thing. So when it gets postseason time, do you really see managers lean into that matchup thing, or do you see them out there? Well, I'm putting the best dude out there. Like, for example, I mean, you see these starters coming out of the pen because they're the best guy for the job to go get 6 outs. And I kind of like the rule because I agree with you. I like how you can kind of strategize and get the matchup that you want. I also like how we're going to see the best of the best matchups. Like, for example, 8th inning, I'm not going to have to sit through 4 pitching changes to face 4 batters because you're smart enough as a manager to go righty, lefty, righty. You see, like, right.
Yeah, but I think at the end of the day, if these managers, if they don't get the job done, they get fired. So I don't think you should be giving them less control. Okay. I think you should. I mean, if the manager wants to make a pitching change, it's his damn team. Let him make a change.
What you got on the Braves? My bad.
Speaking of managers, Snicker and the GM Alex Anthopoulos both extended through 2021. Is it a good move?
Absolutely. I like, as we call him, AA. I like Alex Anthopoulos. Is that what you said?
Yep.
Anthopoulos. Yeah, I love him as a GM. He's made so many good moves with the Braves. The only move I've disagreed with in his tenure is how many times he's re-signed Nick Markakis. That was kind of frustrating me to a point, but he feels a good regular season player. And honestly, he's those pitchers that you bring in to eat innings as starters. For example, Cole Hamels this year.
Yeah.
He's like an inning eater in the field. Like, he's going to hit about 260. He's going to hit 15 bombs and drive in 60 to 70 runs, and he's going to play average defense. He's not a risk. And then you can bring in, I think it's Christian Pache. Doesn't he play outfield?
Pache, yeah.
So he could be a guy to possibly move into a role.
We got 4 starting outfilders, in my opinion.
I know Ozuna. I love the Ozuna.
Ozuna. We got Inciarte. We got Acuna, obviously. And then we got Nick Markakis. So do you think that Markakis is the odd man out right there?
Yes. I think you'd rather have Acuna probably in right.
Yeah. Well, Jeff Francoeur said it last year. He said, in the future, he sees Ronald Acuna holding down right field. I think that's got a lot to do with Christian Pache being the best defensive center fielder in baseball and in the minor leagues.
What better guy to learn under than Ender Inciarte?
Yeah, Ender Inciarte.
Great. I'll say he can't hit. Gosh, it's kind of sometimes.
Well,
brutal.
He's got his moments.
He gets hot. But good God, sometimes I watch him and I'm like, oh gosh, Ender's back up. Ender's up again. But I think Ozuna and left, I think he's going to bring so much. How long have we been looking for that right-handed bat to fill in behind Freddie?
Well, I mean, we got it last year and we let him walk. Josh Donaldson. I mean, do you think Ozuna can really replace what Josh Donaldson did for us last year? Because I personally think Josh Donaldson might have been our heart and soul last year at some points.
I do. I loved Donaldson.
Yeah. Was a dog. That guy is a dog.
I didn't like him wanting 4 years and $100 million.
I didn't either, but
how old is he? 38, 39?
No. He's not near that old.
I'm going to Google it.
He's getting up there.
Josh Donaldson age.
Let us know. I do think, but the only problem with Josh Donaldson, Ozuna's a great bat. Ozuna's gonna get his at the plate.
Oh, he's only 34?
Yeah, I mean,
he's only 34.
That's still ending at 38. I mean, he's still gonna be past his prime. I understand 4 years was a lot, but I would have. You work it out, man. You work it out. When a guy does that for you last year, I believe you work it out. We wouldn't have even had a need for Ozuna without.
I saw Camargo has slimmed down.
Yeah,
he slimmed down and saw some pop in the bat.
Camargo
over some videos on Twitter. I like him and Austin Riley battling it out in spring training. I think competition is good. It's good for a locker room. I think you got to come in and put your work in and work your ass off and get ready to go. And also, I think Camargo is going to bring that switch hitter. Versatile.
See, I love Camargo. Camargo was a huge part of our 18 run to the NL East title.
Yes, and
he was a huge part. Last year, he never really got comfortable in his role. I don't think
so either.
With Donaldson being there, he didn't get as much playing time. We tried him in the outfield. There was no spot for him. I mean, he's got a bat and that's it. But I mean, when you take in consideration, when you're not getting as many at bats, he's not a guy like Culberson who can come in right off the rip,
and be ready to go.
The bench and be, that's
clutch.
Just not him. I do believe he wins the opening day job and plays every day, and I hope he keeps it because I'm a big Johan Camargo fan. But Austin Riley, I think
he got to hit a slider. Got to hit a slider.
They found the book on him real quick. He's gonna have to show me something at the plate. You can't. I'm not a big believer. I know that this is how the game's leaning, and I know
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I know Ronald Acuna is Exhibit A, but Austin Riley is no Ronald Acuna. You can't strike out 240 times.
But I personally don't think Acuna strikes out that much. I think when I watch him, I see a lot of walks. I don't see him chasing pitches, especially when he's in the zone.
He doesn't chase, but he does swing and miss a lot. He comes
out of his shoes. He takes man hacks.
He's gonna get his best player in the league, by the way.
I 100% agree. Speaking of best players in the league, I gotta ask you, Mookie Betts trade.
Mookie Betts to the there's some cheating. They're cheaters too, but
Red Sox.
Mookie Betts and David Price to the Dodgers is just like
do they get over the
LeBron
hump?
James to the Heat.
Do they get over the hump this year?
Yeah, they get over the hump this year.
Okay.
I believe they win it all unless my Bravos go Braves. But no, I mean. You got to be optimistic. I am optimistic about the Braves this year, but I think the Dodgers in the National League are going to be a tough team to, and we got to win a playoff series, man.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, before we even start talking about listening to the Dodgers, we got to win a playoff series.
It's been rough. It's been rough.
Snicker has got job security now. He has got to get it done. We got a window here with Freddie Freeman still in his prime, and all these young cats that are coming up becoming all-stars. We got to capitalize on this window. Now the bullpen last year was a big letdown in the regular season.
I think it's going to be a good strength this year. I know you got some guys down there that you're going to talk about, but I think the bullpen is going to be one of the game changers for us this year. I love the moves we made out of the bullpen. I don't like that we didn't go get the workhorse, like a solidified workhorse. I know we got Soroka and Fried, and those two. I love those two.
Soroka will be that guy.
I think he will too. I think he will too.
I have full confidence that
Preferably,
Soroka will be that guy.
Go ahead.
He's like a Greg Maddux 2.0 in my opinion.
Really? I love him. I love Soroka. Probably my favorite pitcher on the Braves. I want them to get the ace for him to learn under, to learn the game under. I think that's why they brought King Felix in.
Yeah. I mean,
I think so.
And Cole Hamels. I mean, if you remember his time in Philadelphia, I mean,
he used to be a Braves killer.
I know they had Holiday, but I mean, Cole Hamels used to be that guy. And then you got King Felix, and I feel like also this kid Kyle Wright. When he came up last year, he did very well. And Max Fried, he did. I mean,
look out for Sean Newcomb. I think he's going to have a good little comeback. Little comeback.
I hope so.
I
really
do
too, because he's got great stuff. But you got to find the strike zone consistently.
Yes.
But as far as the rotation goes right now, I think we got Soroka, we got Mike Fultonowicz, we got Max Fried, Cole Hamels, Felix Hernandez, Sean Newcomb, Kyle Wright, Bryce Wilson, and Tuki Toussaint. That's 9 guys who, Cole Hamels is going to miss the beginning of the year. He's got a shoulder problem. Don't know how serious that is.
That's never good. Never good to hear.
Never good. Not at his age either. But that's 9 guys to fill 5 spots. Me personally, I think it's going to be Soroka. I think it's going to be Mike Fultonowicz. I think it's going to be Max Fried in the third slot. And then I think you're going to see probably Felix Hernandez. And I think it's going to be Kyle Wright. I think it's going to be Kyle Wright.
I think Hamels, once he gets back, he'll fill in. But I like Kyle Wright. Man, honestly, none of these young guys that they called up have really impressed me besides Soroka and Fried. Everyone else has just been hit or miss. There's no consistency with these guys.
Bryce Wilson, I'm not high on Bryce Wilson. I think they need to move him to the pen. I think maybe he could be a good middle relief guy in the future. But speaking of the pen, Shane Green last year, I remember when he came and he struggled. He blew his first 3 saves, and I've never seen him pitch bad since.
I agree. Once he got maybe the jitters, I don't know.
He's a Braves fan, man. Yeah, I mean,
it's his dream.
Yeah,
so
you coming out there to the tomahawk chop. I mean, it's gotta send some kind of emotions. And once he settled in, and
I like the Will Smith
Will
signing.
Smith, yes, I think he's going to be a bona fide closer that we
And
need.
Melanson's back.
Melanson's back. I mean,
Even though he's pretty old.
He's 57 years old.
Yeah,
But,
he's seen it all.
he's good.
All the wars.
And then also my boy Luke Jackson filled in last year, and did the best job that we could have asked from him. We knew who he was. We knew what he had. He did the best job that he could.
Are you saying it with a straight face? Or you're being serious?
I'm being serious. I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead serious. But this year, we're not going to have to rely on him in the ninth inning.
See, okay, there's my thing.
Yeah.
So if we can rely on him for the sixth inning, it does not bother me.
No.
But damn it, every time he came out late in the game,
He took his marbles.
I knew it. I knew the game he was going to blow it because every time he trotted out there, somehow he found a way to blow it.
No. He would get into some trouble. He only blew like 5.
Gosh, he could give me a heart attack.
All right, but look, Luke Jackson, he didn't have closer stuff. We needed him to be a closer, and that's what he did for us. And we won the NL East. He every time he went out there, he'd take his marbles and his 90 low 90 fastball, and he'd go lay it right there on the table, and he'd go stick his neck out for us. I like Luke Jackson; he's a dog. But our back 3, our back 4 really with Chris Martin, Mark Melancon.
He was the best trade acquire we had.
Yeah, Chris Martin, Mark Melancon, Shane Green, Will Smith, and then I mean with middle relievers like Darren O'Day.
Nasty
cheat code MLB.
I was about to say you can't hit him in MLB.
You can't hit him. Show.
If you go Diamond Dynasty, go buy him for like 500 coins.
Yeah.
Bring him in at any time, and he will get you out of it.
Slider,
sinker,
slider,
and then a sinker to throw him off, and then maybe a fastball up.
Yeah,
just to be that guy who everyone pisses off.
But then also to go with O'Day, we got some early relievers like Luke Jackson, and then we got AJ Minter and Mike Tomlin.
But then you're also going to forget the young guys who like Tukey, who's going to be able to bona fide himself. Sean Newcomb, who's seen experience.
And we got these guys who are fighting for a spot.
Exactly. So we can also put them in the pen.
I mean, I think pitching is going to be a strong point for us this year. And I hope the lineup can.
I think it's going to be great.
I hope. I know what we got at the top. We got Ronald Acuna Jr. I'd like to see Dansby Swanson assert himself in the 2-hole. And I think Ozzie Albies can be our cleanup hitter.
Azuna's going to be our cleanup hitter.
I think Ozzie, I mean, he's got the power and he's got more speed up there at the top. I just don't want to see Ozzie hitting. I want to see Dansby in the 2-hole because I just feel like
situational hitter.
He's just such a spark, man. He's such a spark. Whenever he's at the top of the order, it seems like we get stuff. And you're gonna have Acuna on base for him almost all the time. He's clutch. He's the clutchest hitter we got.
Okay.
I really want him hitting up there with them guys.
Okay.
But I also don't want to drop Ozzie too far. I think Ozzie could be a damn good cleanup hitter, and that'll stretch our lineup out more with Ozuna, and Camargo. There after that, and then probably, I see Inciarte towards the bottom. If Markakis is playing, he'll be towards the bottom.
So I like it. I think it's gonna be good. I think the lineup. I think Ozzie's gonna be either a 5 or a 2. I think Azuna's gonna be the 4. However, we gotta move on in a second. How do you feel about the XFL?
The XFL.
I know you haven't been able to keep up with it much, so. I mean, you would kind of go in and you kind of. How about this?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna kind of tell you. I'm gonna give you what I've seen so far from it. You tell me you got any questions, anything like that, and then I'm just gonna give you the preview from this last week and the games coming up, and we're gonna pick them. And I know you're probably gonna go off of mascots where the game's at.
Next, baby.
That's actually one of the 2-0. They're 2-0.
Yeah.
So
they'll win it all.
First, what I like from it is. I like the new kickoff rule. I think NFL is going to end up taking that.
Yep.
I like the reporting of the games, including the interviews on the sidelines. And I like how it's broadcast. It's broadcasted well. I like the point conversions after touchdowns. It's 1 point from the 2.
Like that. I like all these rules that they're doing.
It makes it different from the NFL. It stands out.
But also you can use this league, not only as a forum for guys, to try to get to the NFL or a minor league system. You could also use it as a guinea pig, a test dummy, as you will, for these rules like the kickoff rule, the extra point rule.
And see how it works.
And see how it works.
Yes.
And see if the fans the fans are enjoying
adjust
that.
to it. Yes.
And you could bring it. You could possibly. And the best thing that I like so far is the 25-second clock, the 25-second play clock. It speeds the game up tremendously. I know. I noticed that. That's the first thing I noticed when I turned on the game.
It is a quicker game. Another thing I like is the double pass. I think that just brings excitement to the game. It's kind of like flag football to a point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and just give you the rundown real quick. We're almost running out of time here.
Yeah.
So first, the Seattle Dragons, which I predicted, I called you and told you the Seattle Dragons were going to beat the Tampa Bay Vipers. I only picked it because Tampa Bay had to fly from Tampa Bay to Seattle, which is a very long flight. I believe in jet lag. So the Dragons won 17-9. The Seattle team sold out their seating, and then once they provided more seats, those sold out in 15 minutes. Also, the DC Defenders, who have looked like one of the top teams to me, who PFT from Pardon My Take tried out for us, the kicker. They beat the New York Guardians 27-0. The Dallas Renegades, led by Landry Jones, Cameron Artis-Payne, won 25-18 over the LA Wildcats, which was one of the most boring games to watch through 3 quarters. It was 3-3. It was awful. And then the fourth quarter, it exploded. The Houston Roughnecks, that you just mentioned, beat the St. Louis Battlehawks 28-24. I didn't watch that one too much because I started to turn into Narcos Mexico Season 2. I had to watch it. I've been missing that show. So there's your little PJ Walker is considered the best quarterback. He had a Pat Mahomes-like throw, sidearm.
I'm about to hit undefeated. Let's go.
Okay, so you ready? So the games for week 3, we have the Houston Roughnecks versus the Tampa Bay Vipers. I'm taking the Roughnecks. It's at Tampa Bay, but the Roughnecks are 2-0, and they have my guy PJ Walker.
These guys are Roughnecks, man. I got the Roughnecks.
Then we have the Dallas Renegades versus the Sea Dragons, Seattle. So
Seattle, you just said they got. Is it in Seattle?
It's in Seattle.
I got Seattle.
I'm taking the Renegades. Landry Jones.
What's the Seattle's mascot? Dragons. Yeah, I got the Dragons.
Then we have the Guardians, New York, at St. Louis Battlehawks. I'm taking the Battlehawks. It sounds cooler.
Yeah.
Last but not least, the DC Defenders at LA Wildcats.
I'm taking my boy Cardell Jones.
DC Defenders.
He ain't coming to play school.
I like it. So last but not least, since we're going on predictions, just to close out the show, boxing for this week, coming up weekend, we got Deontay Wilder versus the no other Tyson Fury.
I got the champ, baby, Deontay Wilder from T-Town, baby.
Okay,
he's got that dog. He's got that Tuscaloosa dog in him, and he's going and still.
I'm going to take Tyson Fury just because you picked Deontay Wilder, honestly, so we can just have a bet. So we'll figure out a bet and post it to the social media coming to you soon. Thank you all for listening. I want to go ahead and remind you one more time, give us a like and subscribe here on YouTube. Our channel is Sports Pantomaths. Give us a follow on Twitter at Sports Pantomath1, Instagram at Sports Pantomaths. You can find us on Facebook, Sports Pantomaths Podcast. And we're also on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. So if you're streaming, driving down the road, you're a FedEx driver, or you're just chilling around the office and don't want to get caught, watching us live and want to put your headphones in, go ahead and give us a listen on one of those platforms. You're here with us as co-host here, Cole Hill, Zach Williams, the one and only.
Yes, sir.
And we appreciate you guys for listening. You got anything, Zach, before we close out the show?
Just remember to get your tan on at the tan spot.
Absolutely. Go get your tan.
4820 Armour Road, 31904, Columbus, Georgia. And March 14th, they got hella deals going on. If you want to get your tan on, spray tans.
Prom season, wedding season. Want to look good.
Yeah, probably reduced membership price of some sort. So go ahead and check them out.
I think I may come through.
I gotta come through, man.
I'm taking my girl on a date. To this dinner theater, and you don't want to look pasty. So I think I made no moon block, no SPF. Like I want SPF 0. So if you guys offer some of this bomb tan to make me go from maybe a 6 or a 7 to make a full 10, I'd love it.
We'll spray you down, man.
Hey,
we can give you a 6-pack and everything, dog.
Oh, now you're speaking my language. Thank you guys for listening, and tune in. Stay tuned on our social medias. We may be releasing a podcast later on this week or possibly next Monday. So stay tuned on our social medias, and we will release that release date as soon as we can get it to you. Thank you for listening.